Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Yesterday I worked, so today I'm back here, and then I got 3 days of work. So I just figure today I'm just going to do some little odds and ends stuff that gets us closer to our goals. One being, the first thing I did is wire in the dryer cord, and that's the heavy duty, uh, um, requires four prong outlet basically. So this thing I bought yesterday, cord matches this outlet, so that'll go on the back of the dryer. And as you know, we're putting a stackable washer and dryer here in our closet in our bedroom. So once I get that is working and get it hooked up, there's no reason why we can't bring the washer and dryer in here. These both work, the water, hot and cold water now, the drain, and then the vent that I have in the wall with the filter that'll go on there. So everything's done here. So what I'm going to move on to next is get it back into the bathroom. I want to hook up the bathroom sink, but first I want to hook up, there's a GFCI outlet that I haven't put in because I needed to know where that wire was. Luckily Shannon, before we drywalled last year, went over this whole house with a tutorial and just walked through everything and showed where wires are and stuff, just in case something happened, we needed to get back into a wall. I don't have to get back into the bathroom wall. Actually, why don't I just show you here? So we're gonna put that pedestal sink right here, and eventually there'll be a mirror up in here. And we already got the light wired, and that's hot. That's just waiting to go up. So the GFCI I'm putting right next to the sink, which will go right here. But I also want an outlet. Shannon wanted another outlet right here. So I'm connecting that wire. There's no wire in this box yet. But luckily, through this wall is the pantry, which we haven't drywalled yet. So I can do it all from behind here. We already have this wire going through to the pantry behind the walls here and stuff. So I'm gonna wire these two outlets up. That way, if this trips, because it's a GFCI, it'll also trip that one too. So that's what I'm gonna do next. And then hopefully I can get this sink put in too. And then this bathroom, other than hanging this light and stuff, which we already have the light with the ceiling fan and the heater going. This bathroom's just paint and flooring basically and tiling, but it's a full workable bathroom. So that's a cool thing. So let's get to it. All right guys, the GFCI is in the bathroom and it leads over to there. And as you can see, it'll be useful to have an outlet on either sides of the sink and stuff for things. Mirror here, and of course the light there. Now that light doesn't look like it's centered over the sink, which it isn't, but it's a light bar that we're putting in with the wiring at one end, so it will be centered. And then that came back to here. So here's the back of that outlet that I had to install. Just put a wire through, cut it through here, and tied it in there. So that's where I grabbed my power for both the GFCI that's on this wall and that secondary outlet in the bathroom. So those are tied to that. And that pantry also runs, or that outlet also runs the light for this pantry. All right, guys, that's going to be a work in progress. I got clamps up there holding it in place, but I don't like the way the screws are going in. They're pulling right through. The insulation that's underneath the bats, they're puffing out a little, and it adds a little pressure, and it's just enough to make the screws want to pop out. So What I'm gonna try to do is there's button nails that you use on roofing, and those have a real wide plastic washer. You saw us put them on the roof if you remember that video. I'm gonna try those with screws. I'm gonna take the nail out and put a screw through it and see. We got a ton of those still left, and I'm gonna see if that's something that'll work. Just need a big base to hold that insulation tight against those rafters. And the glue is not enough, especially while it's wet, it just pulls right apart. So that is a work in progress there. On the good side, I did get the GFCI in, connected to that, like I said, that receptacle. I got the sink all the way in except for I need 1.25 inch little nylon washer that goes in when you screw this up into the tube that's coming down from the sink drain. So I just got to get that at work tomorrow, but actually came out pretty good. Again, I put that's what our flooring is going to be when it goes in. So I put a piece of plywood under there that'll slip out of there, and the flooring will go under there at that time, just like I did with the toilet. So everything looks good on that. And the water's hooked up. I haven't tried it because there is no drain yet. So that would be a bad thing, right? So, all right, I'm going to end it for today, and I'll pick this up on Thursday. Guys, welcome back to the channel. A couple 3 days of work, and now I'm back at it. I am going to start back on the insulation tomorrow, but I did finish up hooking up the bathroom sink. It works, and I just got it screwed into the wall, anchored into the wall, but all the plumbing's done on it. What I started today is I went out this morning and got some lumber. I'll show you right there, and that's 2x10s. And what I'm going to do now is I'm measuring out the ledger board that's going to go underneath here, 40 feet. Then I'm putting a double beam across the front of the porch, all held up by 6x6s. But I want to get this ledger board up first, and then I'm going to start back at this corner and get that board out level. I'll probably use a 2x4 or something initially just to get the level and get my height of what I need, my first 6x6 that'll go on my foundation here that I poured last year. So that's what I'm going to start right now. Okay, the first post is up. I got the ledger board, 20 feet of that down. Figured I'd get this board in and then the corner. So I'm cutting the next 6x6 for this post here. And the reason I notched these out is this is going to hold a lot more weight than the porch, if you remember, in Tennessee. So it's better, they say, to have your framing come out and lay on here. That way you're not relying on just a screw. You can weight it all on that rebar filled concrete tube. And then I'm doing a double beam across the front, so that's why it's notched out even bigger. But these are 6x6 posts, so it still leaves a good chunk there, and that'll be all held together by construction lag screws and stuff. So it'll be plenty rigid. So I got that one all level and plumb, and on to the next one. Got my third post up, but the battery ran out on the saw as I was cutting that little notch out for the front rim joist, and I got 3 left too, so not bad for an afternoon. I'll get back to it probably Saturday. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow I want to run to the lumber yard that's not too far from here and grab some 1x. And I think I'm gonna go with putting 1x up on those rafters and then sliding the sheets of insulation down in and then cinching them up with the 1x. So I'm gonna give that another shot tomorrow and work on that. It'd be awesome if I can get half that ceiling done tomorrow. It'd be great. Guys, that made the difference going and getting those 1x. And what I would do is start putting them up and then slip this insulation in between, like on top of those, slide them in, and then screw them down further all the way into the rafter, and it seems to work pretty good. It's still slow going, but I did get 4 sheets up today, so I'll do 4 more. That should get me almost to the loft. I'll probably take a day tomorrow not doing this and working more on the porch, just because it's above your head, and with my shoulders not being 100%, it's very taxing on that and slow going. All right, guys, it's taking shape now. Everything's level. It's square at that first corner where it comes this way. And I would have done the other 2 legs, but I had to wait for the sun. We're just getting into the shade here, and I can use my laser to put these last 2. So I figured I'd start coming across with the main beam. So far it's all lining up. All right, guys, the main frame of the porch is good. And I got 2 joists in just to keep it from bowing, because it'll be a few days before I get back to it. Sorry, this house wrap that we had across the front door for the winter is blowing now in the wind. But there you have it. Everything's level, square. And I still got to do the big leg construction screws and everything, and that'll tighten everything down. But I just wanted everything fitting perfect and level, and the post self standing straight, level, and plumb, and then 2 joists in to keep it from bowing till I get back to the job site. All right, porch is underway. Guys, a couple of hot days. One outside at the porch yesterday. That was a long day in the sun. Today, I thought I'd take it a little bit cooler, but it in the afternoon gets pretty hot up there. So Shannon was able to help me a little today. So we're working her back in. She felt okay this morning, and and then took the afternoon off. So I'm almost done with halfway on this. This has turned out to be a work. I don't know. I mean, I thought it was going to be a lot easier because it's so light, those sheets. But to get them to sit where you want them, get those 1x to screw into the rafters, everything's above your head. If anybody follows the channel knows that I have a couple of bad shoulders, and I don't have much strength when I'm working above my head, but we're getting it done. I thought it would just be a lot easier. So sometimes those jobs that you think are going to be the easier jobs are going to be the harder jobs. So one of those days where you just feel like, when is this house going to be built? So, all right, I'm going to sign off now. Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and we'll see you on the next one. We'll continue probably on the porch, doing the rafters, and then concentrating on getting this job done here, so we get this ceiling insulated and stuff. So, all right, and Shannon's doing a little bit better. Going to see another doctor this week and hopefully get on the right track here. So things are looking up. All right, see ya.